What's going on, guys? It's your boy, man, Stono Breezy, baby, coming to you live with bump all that, man. We finna get to this money. Y'all know how we do, baby. But look here, man. Y'all know I'm in, well, some of y'all know if y'all been following me along. I'm in some of these, like business, forums or symposiums or whatever. Just when they meet, sometime and, meeting of the minds, just be throwing ideas. A lot of them in the stocks. I'm the crypto guy. It's like a few other people, they in crypto too, but they more on the tech side and all that. So I just be listening, man. And the more I learn about Nvidia, the more it's like Bitcoin to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. But I want you to hear this one guy, right? And I'm going to get into the Bitcoin thing because it makes sense. And I'm not saying he wrong and this is his opinion, but I'm going to refute that with the facts. You know what I'm saying? With the facts. I want you to hear this. So listen to this.
A lot more alike than people think, where that Nvidia and Tesla are actually a lot more alike than people think, where Nvidia is basically where Tesla was a few years ago, where they had 90% of the market share for electric vehicles because they were the first ones to popularize it so they could charge these higher prices. But as the competition came and they lost their market share, now they're down to 60%. They have to compete with other automakers with cheaper prices, and I think the same thing is going to happen to Nvidia, where AMD and ARM are going to give them a run for their money. And I might be wrong here, maybe they have these monopoly profits for longer than I expect, but at some point in the future, these companies have to catch up because they are going to be looking for those profits that Nvidia is experiencing now. I disagree with this.
Okay. Now, I know he believes what he's saying, and it sounds right. If you didn't know anything, you'd be like, you know what, he's right. No, he's not right. Like, Tesla and Nvidia is two different things, two different animals, right? Yeah, Tesla was the leader, and other car companies or whatever catching up, and Tesla got to lower their prices, all that. That's cars, bro. That's like Ford, Chevrolet, you know what I'm saying, Chrysler. That's cars. Doesn't matter if it's electric or gas. That's the car company. That's the car business. No matter how you shape it up. You get what I'm saying? Nvidia is a totally different animal. You get what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, like he said, oh, well, AMD and ARM have to catch up eventually. No, they do not. What do you mean? Why do they have to catch up? Who said they have to catch up? You saw people just say stuff and it go over your head like, you're not really thinking about it. It's like Bitcoin. Maybe all that, the flipping, they had a timer where Ethereum gonna catch Bitcoin and all that. It's supposed to be done happen by now. It ain't gonna happen, bro. Bitcoin is the king of the castle. The moat around Bitcoin is the largest moat of anything. What I mean by moat, I don't get into all that, but you know how you have a castle, you got this big, it's a moat like a lake around it where you can't, get to the castle. Bitcoin has the biggest moat of anything, of gold, of anything, stocks, bonds, whatever, silver, platinum, Microsoft. Bitcoin got the biggest moat. You know what I'm saying? If it's one entity that I would go all in on, it would be Bitcoin, right? But I have to show the analogy of a stock because, you know what I'm saying, so people understand what I'm saying. Because one thing about Nvidia, the only way these companies can catch Nvidia is if Nvidia, they got to do research and development, right? You have to do research and development to come up with a better product, right? It ain't about just being cheap. It has to be better, right? So they have to come up with research and development to build something better than Nvidia. The problem with that is Nvidia does more research and development than anybody, than all them companies combined. You see? That just blows that theory out of the water. You're assuming Nvidia just gonna sit on their laurels and not do any more research and development. Hey, y'all, let's just stop and let's see what everybody else doing. No, they're not. And this is nothing. People think there's some kind of Johnny come lately, like Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin ain't been around. Yes, it has. Yeah, Bitcoin didn't come around in 2020. Bitcoin, it got some age on it now. They can't use that. Bitcoin got some age on it now, bro. Just like Nvidia. Do you realize Nvidia has split 6 times? Each time they keep talking about, oh, this it. The stock has split 6 times. You have to do a stock split because the stock gets so high. You see what I'm saying? If you had bought one Nvidia years ago, that one Nvidia, you would have 480 Nvidia now. If you just bought one back in the day. If you bought one Nvidia back in the day, just held it, didn't do nothing. But just with the stock splits alone, you would have 480 Nvidia. And it just split with last month. It's gonna keep doing it. Because it doesn't have, I say it don't have any competition. Like Bitcoin, it doesn't have any competition. Nvidia just doesn't have any competition, bro. The moat is getting bigger. The stuff they got now is better than AMD. The stuff they got in the future is better than what AMD hadn't even found yet. You get what I'm saying? The stuff that Nvidia, the Rubin technology. I ain't even talking about Blackwell. I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about, but like right now they got the I think H100, which is the best thing on the market. Now they got the H200 or maybe H2000. It's either 100 or 1,000, but let's say H200. That's the better than anything on the market. Those companies are competing with that. In a few months, Nvidia gonna come out with the Blackwell technology, right? The H100, the H200, they already better than anything AMD got, and they already coming out with Blackwell. Nvidia coming out with the Blackwell technology that these companies have to compete with. And it takes billions of dollars to do research and development to catch up to Blackwell. Right now, I'm about to blow your mind, right? Not only do they have Blackwell coming up, after Blackwell, they got the Rubin technology coming up. So you talking about these companies will have to go bankrupt with research and development just to try to get even with Nvidia. Not pass them, just to get in the stratosphere. Just to get within striking distance, just to see them. Right? Now I'm going to blow your mind with this. Think about this. Nvidia spends like $2.5 billion on research and development. I think they did that in 1 quarter. I don't know if it's a year or a quarter, because you know their years go differently in business, right? But 2.5 billion with a B, right? Imagine if they just decide to build a Bitcoin mining farm. Think about that. They already do GPUs and things. I ain't no miner, so I'm not sure how all that works. They already got the best GPUs on the market or whatever. Imagine if they built this bunch of them. They can do one or a bunch of a huge Bitcoin mining farm, bro. That would be the best. You know, they don't do nothing but the best now. We ain't talking about no half-ass. No, we do a little bit. No. We talking about bigger than countries, bigger than China and Singapore, Argentina, Brazil, whoever's doing on the low. They would outdo them combined. And they wouldn't even have to sell the Bitcoin. They could just hoard the Bitcoin, bro. All the Bitcoin they mine, they could just hoard it and hold it. They could have more Bitcoin than BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, State Street, anybody, whoever else got some. MicroStrategy. They would have more Bitcoin than everybody combined, bro. Think about that now. And they have the capacity to do it. And it wouldn't even hurt the business. They could just take a little peek. They spend 2.5 with a B billion dollars in research and development every year. If they just take 500 million of that and build a Bitcoin mining facility, it would be over with, bro. The government would have to step in and do something to this company. They would be bigger than BlackRock. You get what I'm saying? Imagine them having Bitcoin to back up their company. We got this Bitcoin. Now, I mean, you can say, well, they can start digging for gold too and all that. Nobody trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? How they be digging for gold? They get them little shaker. You ever seen how they do it? They get them little shakers. They had a water thing running down this ramp thing. They get the little bowls with the little shaker. They get little what you call them thing? Like strainers. And they strain dirt. And they shake it out till they get down to the little bitty like minuscule piece of and you know what I'm saying? You got to test to see if it's gold or whatever. But I don't know how they tell. I guess because it's shiny or something. I don't really know how they tell. But it'd be a little bit of mountain of gold, and that stuff be worth $800,000. But they could do that too. People love to have gold to back their currency. Whatever. I ain't standing all that, bro. Bitcoin, bro, because they close to it. They can do it. You know what I'm saying? But Nvidia but see, Bitcoin don't have like a corporation or a company or, you know what I'm saying? They ain't registered and have to report nobody. So that, you know, Nvidia can do it. They don't need no clearance. They don't need no sit down, no none of that. I just think that would be awesome if they did that, bro. Like that would just be, you want to take over everything. Man, they could take over crypto and the stock market and it would be nothing said. Cause you know, like Elon, he with Tesla, he back and forth. One day he liked crypto, next day he hated. He's supposed to be Trump's right-hand man on this and that and other. They all wishy-washy. If Nvidia starts to mine Bitcoin, they could be doing it in the background. I doubt it, but they could be. That would just think about that, bro. This is the #1 company in the world. Already, they did this in less than a year. They went from a $500 billion market cap to a $3 trillion market cap in 1 year. Let me say that again. They went from a $500 billion market cap to a $3 trillion market cap in 1 year. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like they make money so fast they cannot spend it. They have nothing else to spend their money on. They doing research, and they got whole buildings doing research and development with whole teams. They just did they upped their dividend payout 150%. Companies don't do that because that's for life. You can't lower your dividend payment or people to dump your stock. So when they do a dividend payment, that's kind of like permanent. That's showing, bro, we gonna grow. We growing for 10 years straight. They ain't growing. They ain't doing it a little bit. They did it 150% dividend. So I don't know what to tell you, man. They just remind me of Bitcoin so much. But this guy, you know, I'm gonna let you hear what he said again. So now that you heard what I said, think about that. Now he assuming that Nvidia is gonna stop researching and development. They're gonna stop growing as a company, and these other companies just gonna magically catch up. They're not, bro. They're not. But I'll let you hear it again.
I think that Nvidia and Tesla are actually a lot more alike than people think, where Nvidia is basically where Tesla was a few years ago, where they had 90% of the market share for electric vehicles because they were the first ones to popularize it so they could charge these higher prices. But as the competition came and they lost their market share, now they're down to 60%, they have to compete with the other automakers with cheaper prices. And I think the same thing is going to happen to Nvidia, where AMD and
Hold on, let me say something right quick. Another thing he got it messed up is Tesla was the only electric company. They were the only one. So of course they had the market share. It wasn't like they was competing with nobody and they took off on them. They was in the race by themselves. It's like you running a 100-yard dash by yourself. Guess who's gonna win that race? Guess who's gonna have the best time? You are. You're running the race by yourself. You get what I'm saying? So of course, as people start running the race, you got 12 people running the race. Yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying? They're going to start to get closer, and eventually they're going to beat you. Nvidia, AMD, all these other companies been around. They've been around already. AMD was ahead of Nvidia. Nvidia caught AMD already and left them. So what are you talking about? Like, it's mind-blowing, bro. I could talk about this stuff forever because it just, YouTubers mislead people and people start to believe this stuff, man. You get what I'm saying? So I have to break it down where you understand, you know. So it's like I said again, it's like Bitcoin. There are 1,000 cryptocurrencies, bro. Everybody chasing Bitcoin. Nobody's going to catch Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the #1 commodity to hold from now until the end of time. You don't care if you start some other digital currency. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin is the one, bro. Nvidia is the one, bro. Don't miss this train. Man, anyway, like the video. Oh, I caught him right here. Look. My bad, dog. I ain't mean to catch you looking like that, man. But anyway, if you got any questions, man, holla at your boy, man. Like the oh, no, man, I don't even Like the video. I gotta do another DJing video too. You know, things change fast and you know, the DJing work, you know what I'm saying? Like the video. Comment, subscribe. Shout out to Notification Gang. Holla back at your boy.